Hello, Geminis. All right, Geminis. If you all celebrate Easter or Resurrection Sunday, hopefully you all have a great weekend, right? Sending you lots of love and light for this upcoming week. Let's get into it. Let's get right into it. If the weather was nice, hopefully you all got out and enjoyed it. Let's get into it, Geminis. Let's do it. Let's see what's in your cards. All right, let's do it. Okay, let's see. Let's go. I've already prayed over your cards. Let's see. I will accentuate the positive in myself and in others. Oops. Okay. All right. There we go. Let's go. Let's get the angel numbers going here. See what's in your cards. See what's in your cards. Let's see what's in your cards. All right, Geminis. All right, Geminis. But now you all know you rule third house, right? That's early education, intelligence, sibling interaction, logic, reason, communication skills, short trips, hobbies, those kind of things, all of it, right? 911, light worker, you are being called upon. So your angels call upon you to use your spiritual development to inspire others. You possess the gifts of spirit to remind people that their higher power rests inside them. The time is now to make changes in your life work so as to carry out this divine calling. Reflect on how you can contribute to the healing of the world around you. So 911. So it's an emergency. Like Source is saying, somebody has been in hermit mode, and so now it's time to get off the fence. This number 11 right here is really like 11 is a master number, so it's like really Source, the master, is a call up for you to enlighten people. Really, Source is like, okay, it's time for you to start enlightening people about like just inspiring people, right? It's time for you to start inspiring people. Like no more gatekeeping about information, because you all love to learn. So teach. Get out there and start teaching people. Find out what your north node is. Find out how to teach people. Like what is it that you know that you could be teaching people? No more keeping secrets. If it's something you can teach people that you love to learn, some of you all love to teach. Get out there and start teaching people. Find out what your north node is. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. All right. Yeah. So somebody could be at a crossroad here. There's a Chariot card. So somebody could be kind of at a crossroad trying to figure out what next steps are. You've been kind of feeling like you want to kind of teach maybe a little bit, accentuating the positive in yourself and others. And it's time to do it, right? Maybe somebody want to do some kind of work in doing that. Maybe you want to teach people. Maybe that's the next level for you, right? Something inside of you been growing. You want to teach people, right? Maybe that's the next level for you. Maybe you kind of want to get out there and start teaching, right? So, I feel like somebody's like people kind of baiting you into it, right? Kind of like baiting you into like almost like, will you teach people how to do so and so, right? Can you teach? I don't know who I'm talking to, but somebody feel like they're being baited into working in that field, teaching people. Like you've been getting a feeling. Somebody has gotten a feel for teaching, but I feel like somebody, maybe want to work in that field in that. And so I feel like maybe somebody's a psychic, but I feel like something may have been overwhelming for you because maybe, like psychic work could be overwhelming for people, especially like with, maybe uncovered in your dreams, like in a dream state, because there's so many different forms of psychic gifts, like all the clairs, clairvoyance, claircognizance, clairsentience, clairaudience. And I'm talking to you wherever Gemini is in your birth chart, not just your sun sign. But sometimes it can be overwhelming for people. And it can almost seem like it can get real dark. See this light horse and dark horse? Sometimes it can get dark, to a point where people will think that you're being negative because you are calling out everything you had a dream about, right? So if you accentuate the positives, right, in yourself and in others, there are going to be people who will try to bait you into telling them the negative. No, 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 you're not telling me everything. You know, oh, no, 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 I know there's more, there's more. There people going to be saying, I know you want to tell me something else. Because that's what people do. They want you to pull them into a lower frequency. They want you to pull them into a lower frequency. But you got to remember too that there's some people, they don't know how to come out off of that frequency. They don't know how to come out of that frequency. So whenever you feel like people are trying to pull you down to a lower frequency, so it's a no. Pull them into the light. Pull them into the light, right? So yeah. Pull them into the light. Pull them into the light, because a lot more people need to be pulled into the light. A lot more people need to be pulled into the light. So it's time to close it out. A lot of character assassination. But see something. A lot of people are assassinating your character behind your back. Just so you know, yours and a lot of loved ones. A lot of people are talking about you and your loved ones behind your back. Just so you know, you and your kids, because of the baiting. And people are switching up on you, right? They're basically saying you're negative and low vibrational and this kind of stuff. So as a light worker, so Source is saying keep your vibrations high. Here's the thing about it: even though somebody could be a light worker, right, and people are baiting you into lower frequencies, they're gonna be people who are no matter how high vibrational you are. I'm saying this on my channel, no matter how high vibrational you are, they're going to be people who, and y'all know how I teach in my channel, like I'm sharing the light and dark side of everything. So I may say, like, if I'm talking about chakras, for instance, if I'm talking about, let's say, fire, right? The basic need for fire, the chakra, the basic need is significance, right? So the light side of fire is power, confidence, charisma, motivation, mental clarity, and leadership. So ideally, somebody try to bait you into something, you say no, because I like to be in spaces where I feel empowered. I feel mental clarity. I feel those kind of things. Right. But what happens when you have been in spaces, like I said before, where you leave places and people are aggressive towards you? You've been in places where people have been aggressive towards you, right? So Source is saying there have been, like I said, I feel like somebody is a light worker, so you really can't, that's where prayer comes in. That's where prayer comes in. Because there is an audience. There is an audience that is, like I said before, somebody is working really, really hard. Somebody's working really hard to create something where you are not being baited into something. That's what I'm seeing here. Where you're not being baited into something as a light worker. Where you're accentuating. These energies, when I look at your cards here, they have already started talking anyway, because these are energies that see you as competition. So something has already been done. Honestly, looking at your cards here, something has already been done. So I don't know how much energy, because you all are mutable signs. So continue accentuating the positive in yourself and in others. Just continue doing, vibrating high. Just continue vibrating high. That's all I got really for you in your reading, really. Because it wouldn't have come out light worker if you weren't already doing it. Something is a state of an emergency. And this moon right here lets me know that a light has been shown on something. This is Source exposing something. This is really Source exposing how people are feeling. People are split in half. Like something has been exposed. So the Creator has exposed just people on the light and dark side of period. Source has exposed it all. And I'm just being fair in this reading. You're a hard-working person in whatever it is that you created, right? You're a hard-working person in whatever you created. So Source has exposed people who We're doing things in the dark, but other people now are enlightened about something as a light worker. So whoever didn't know that you were a light worker are now awakening to your gifts. Like really like, oh my God, this person really is a light worker. How come we didn't see that? But something is a state of an emergency now. Yeah, something is really an emergency now. It's like, what have we not been seeing? What have we been so overwhelmed by that has been going on that we, the Gemini, caught something that now we're hearing? So several things that's going on here. Several things that's going on here, Gemini. And I'm talking to you wherever Gemini is in your birth chart. Several things that's going on here. Not only are you highly intuitive, your energy is directed outward, right, as an air sign. Your symbol is the Lover's card. That's duality, right? And your immutable sign. So I'm accentuating your positives and your gifts so we're crystal clear as a light worker. Your gifts are so powerful that when everybody is exposed that's connected to you, it sends people into a tizzy and almost to a point of they see you as competition, and there is no competition. There is no competition. There should be only racing to help. There is no competition. There is none. The source needs you to see something from a higher frequency. Just like source wants these energies to see something from a higher frequency. Source needs everybody to see something from a higher frequency. You are an air sign. Air signs, the basic need for air, moving from the heart chakra, is to love and to be loved. That's the basic need of a human being, to love and to be loved. Somebody is a very you're a very nurturing spirit. Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. So if you believe something, you believe something at the root, and you're a hard-working person, or somebody you believe that somebody is made to be feeling worthless in your personal or your professional life, and you're a nurturing man or woman, you believe that as a light worker, and you're being called upon to see something at a higher frequency. Source is saying, and you get wind of it as an air sign, and source exposes it. Remember, the sun illuminates the moon. And you want to know what pack people are running with. This is dark wolf energy and light wolf energy. Source is saying, yeah, you can accentuate the positive in yourself and in others, but source is going to expose everything as a light worker. So when you create something new to protect someone, it is because you as a light worker have popped the lid off of something. You were determined, just as determined as energy. You were determined to do your shadow work, just as other determined energies were determined to create some kind of a divide. To create some kind of hell for somebody. The source was saying you were determined to do your shadow work. This is right here. These two, this 11 right here, this is dark side and light side. So, you have gone through enough darkness to step into the light. This right here, the number 11, is a master number. So you got to call up from source. So it said you need to get off the fence about something and enlighten people about something. So something as an air sign, source needs you to speak up about something. It's something you couldn't even hold on, like you were about to burst. Something you could not hold on to anymore. It sent people into a tailspin. I don't know what it was you said, but something was a state of an emergency. Yeah. Wish fulfilled. Yeah, you created something where wishes were fulfilled. Victory. That is why obedience is better than sacrifice, because it's something that you did, something that you said, something that you did, created. Like I said before, people could assume that you were on some kind of a high horse and that you thought you was better than people or whatever. They can assume whatever they want to assume. But I keep telling people, when you're operating in purpose, you were being called to do something, and felt like you get to a point. You're a sign that's a mutable sign, but you usually go along with the flow. But so it's like, no, you're air sign. You're in your element. I need you to speak up and say something. Somebody literally felt like you didn't work this hard to hold on to something. Like you got air in your lungs. Something you spoke up about. Something you spoke up about. And it put you in a leadership position. Something is going to put you in a leader. Something has put you in a leadership position. So I guess somebody got a job coming. All because you felt like you were about to literally burst. Something is putting you down in a leadership position. So it's like, that is what prayer and meditation is about. Don't sit on something until you're about to burst. Don't sit on something until you're about to burst in any aspect of your life. Go into prayer and meditation mode. So you need me to speak up. And then by the same token, don't be impulsive either. By getting around in familiar spirits. These are gossiping spirits. They don't have enough information to make a decision. They want you to rush and speak up and gossip. So it needs you to live a softer life. That's something you're working on, getting away from familiar gossipy spirits, because they can cause you to make an impulsive decision that can overwhelm people and cause a dark situation to happen. And cause the other side. So yeah, something is happening. Something is happening. Somebody is moving. You're moving. You're moving now. Either you or somebody you love is moving, because just because you finally spoke up, finally, and something is finally closed out. So good for you. Something is finally closed out. Somebody is never going back again. So I don't know who that's for. So congratulations to you. Talking to you wherever Gemini is in your birth chart. Yeah, wherever Gemini is in your birth chart. Somebody's moving and they're not going back anymore. So yeah, energy work. So it's time to do the energy work from root chakra all the way up to crown chakra. Speaking of which, I put on the aura cleansing on my Instagram, YouTube, Shorts, and then also TikTok. So for those of you all who this information is out there. So yeah, because somebody was, telling people that somebody was lying about something, and saying somebody was a liar, all this other stuff, and somebody was like, Yeah. All this was for one person to believe somebody said, no, somebody ain't lying about something. Yeah. So work through your fears. 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 Yeah, so I feel like somebody's fears may be like you may not feel like you're ready to teach something, Gemini. Honestly, I feel like somebody is terrified. That's what I feel like. Because you put a lot of energy into something. You're very passionate about something, like teaching. And I feel like somebody almost feels like they're not ready. But so many people's wishes are being fulfilled because you finally opened your mouth. You finally spoke up. And so many people were familiar with something, but just like it was like you the one that was like said something. Like and again, your sun sign doesn't have to be Gemini, just so we're crystal clear. Gemini could be somewhere in your birth chart. But it can even be just that you're just a very intelligent person. You're a very logical person, very person who is very reasonable. Just in your way of your thinking, you could be the way you think about like just people who are dehydrated and not thinking clearly, right? People who are not thinking clearly, you know how I talk about in my reading, just like somebody who's just dehydrated. They're not thinking clearly, you know, drinking your water, hydrating, those kind of things. Not having any like sugary drinks or too much caffeine, those kind of things. You know, people constantly working somebody. They're lightheaded and dizzy while being bullied and all of this other stuff. You know, this was intense. Something was intentional. And you being able to see something from a higher frequency, being able to see something from a higher frequency. So yeah, divine source, help me to know that all of my deepest needs will be met. Let me trust that you have a plan and the right actions will come. You are my source for all. You are my source for all. Yeah. Yeah, but you may not be you may not think that you're ready for something because you may feel like there's a lot of competition and you know, like you may think that other people know more than you know, but you're not going into it like it's a competition. You're going into it because something you're passionate about. You put a lot of energy and work. You know, something is. I mean, it's something that somebody is passionate about. You work hard. You're passionate about what you do. Somebody is a leader. I don't feel like you look down on people. You're not condescending. That's the main thing. Like you're a person who wants to lead, a compassionate leader who likes to inspire and motivate people. Like I said, this is usually a light worker being called to inspire and motivate people. It's not the type of a person who baits people into stuff to say, oh, you should know this and you should know that by now. How in the world is somebody going to know everything? Like we're in human form. There is no human being that knows everything. If they are, then you need to check and see if they got a battery in their back because they don't. They don't know everything. They don't exist. So. But anyway, so yeah, you will accentuate the positive in yourself and others. So there it is. Let's see what else we got. Let's say I feel like you're joining a team of people. So congratulations to you. Congratulations. Miracles in the dark. In the darkest moments, it's easy to feel lost and alone, but when you stay focused on the light, you'll receive blessings beyond your wildest dreams. Some energies were determined to sting you to death. Literally, somebody was determined to end you. That somebody was determined to end you, overwhelm you, and end you and someone else. Determined. Social status. You will reach the heights of fame in society. Don't get arrogant. I feel like somebody's doing some kind of detective work. That's what I'm seeing here in your cards. Investigative work is what I'm seeing. So check your birth chart. Check your birth chart. Something about your energy looking at your cards here is that you are not afraid of deep. I'm not surprised that this card came out in the card. Is you're not afraid of occult subjects. You're not afraid of You're not afraid of dark subjects, dark subject matter at all. That is what I have for you. I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.